Still have a lot to do, I still have to put away the chairs. But anyway, I've got all the chores. Or anyway, it's up to me to do them all. I still have to put my clothes today. All in all, reality is cats, like an alley cat at your park. But now I gotta do your part. I got a day job and a night job and an interview at 5. You've gotten rid of both boyfriends and you've given me the green light. I got a day job and a night job and an afternoon away. You just waved a hand and we're engaged, you say. I've been up since 4 a.m. and finishing this at midnight. After this thing I should sell it and call it quits when the getting's good. I took a night at your new club today to take a break away from the rats. But now I got your locker stool and your car keys in my cart. I pick up the pieces left on the floor while you walk away like you don't care no more. I'm tired of cleaning every mess you make, slowly losing patience with every break. Every promise broken never leads to change. I'm the one who's always left rearranged. Your lack of effort shows clear as the day. I'll be sweeping you out when I find my way. Hey, hey, I'm the cleanup crew, fixing your mess just like it's new. Hey, hey, won't be here long, cleaning house, I'm moving on. Watching you take credit for the work I do, every single task I pull double through. Your empty words no longer faze me. Soon enough your history, just wait and see. Where's the spark, the dedication gone? I'm carrying weight, dragging us along. No more excuses, your time is past. This sweeps your fate, I'll make it last. Hey, hey, I'm the cleanup crew, fixing your mess just like it's new. Hey, hey, won't be here long, cleaning house, I'm moving on.
Welcome back to another Sunday afternoon episode of Software Explorations. We are working on DevOps today. Yes, we are. We are going to continue trying to deploy our services part through our YAML file. We've done all of this so far through the UI in Google Cloud. We've done it through the command line on Google and on our local machine. And now we're getting familiar with the YAML file. Last week we were able to get the deployment done with the YAML file. However, we are having a little bit of trouble with the service to expose the service so we can access it. So we're going to be looking into that today. And then if we get through that in good timing, then we will jump over into the front end aspect of it, because I want to get this whole entire thing deployed. All right. So I don't know what's going on with this person. So let's go to this. All right, cool. All right, perfect. All right. So let me take a quick look at our agenda before we get into our show. First and foremost, like I said, last week we did the deployment part of it, but we didn't get to expose the service. We were able to get our secrets and everything working that way. So we're going to do that deployment again. Right now, I am currently running the Terraform apply to create our cluster. This week, like I said, we're going to be continuing with the Kubernetes YAML file. We're going to be working on the exposing the service for the backend, and then we're going to start working on the deployment for the front end if time permits. all of that good stuff. But first, I just got to say a big welcome and thank you to all of the subscribers to the channel, those who are brand new, helping us grow so quickly, and those who have been with me for a very long time. Shout out to every last one of you. I appreciate you guys so much for giving me so many ideas, so much motivation to keep this channel going. You guys are absolutely amazing. I appreciate every last one of you.
I appreciate you.
And salute to my tech barbarians, my tech prodigy members, my technical explorers, all of the Patreon members. You guys, the work that you guys put in, it is amazing. I'm so happy to see the growth that is happening every single day. My aim is 1% growth every single day, and I can see that happening in every one of you. So you guys are the absolute best.
We the best.
And shout out to my tech mercenaries out there. Those are the YouTube members that keep the channel alive. Thank you guys so much for supporting on the YouTube side of the game. Let's go out there and get it.
Let's get it.
All right. So next up, I'm going to let you guys know right now, the schedule for this coming week is going to be a little bit shaky because we're not going to be going live tomorrow, because tomorrow I will be flying during the time of our morning show. And so there's not going to be any morning shows this coming week. I am working on, which it may or may not happen, but I'm working on putting a video together for Tuesday night, kind of like a best of Q&A episode. Maybe it'll get there. It depends on how much time I have. Maybe I'll be able to work on it while I'm on the plane and while I am at the airport waiting for the layover. But if not, then sorry, not sorry. We'll see what I can do. And then Thursday, I'm going to see if I can do the part 2 of Grafana, of when I was exploring Grafana. Really cool application. I really do want to get circled back to it because I think it's going to be very helpful as we're building more and more apps. But we shall we'll keep an eye on that. But I do want to, I will see if I can get that second part of our Grafana exploration up there for you on Thursday. So I'm going to do the best I can. I cannot make any promises while I'm away from my studio. Okay. But we're still going to have our Canon conversations. Tomorrow I'm going to be reviewing just not really reviewing, but doing a retrospective on the past 2 months and, insights that I got from leading up to the jiu-jitsu competition from this past week, and how I apply that to my everyday life, and the changes that I need to make in my personal life. And maybe there are some changes that you can make that'll help you as well. So we shall see. All right. And then Friday we have the Bug Bite. So we're still having our normally premiered shows during the week. Just the live stream schedule is a little bit shaky. So we'll see. Just bear with me. But I'm going to do my best to get you some content on Tuesday and on Wednesday. I am not even going to try to do the mornings for Monday and Wednesday, okay? But that is that. With that being said, do me a favor so you can stay up to date. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you can know every time they go live and drop new content. If you want to work with me one-on-one, if you want to enhance your technical skills or even develop technical skills, go to techcoachralph.dev, sign up today for either a one-on-one coaching tier or you can sign up to be a technical explorer, and then you can meet in the Team Tech Coach Drop Discord and communicate with many people who are working on bettering themselves. We have a lot of great things that are coming into the Discord. I've been speaking with my tech barbarians and my tech prodigy members of how they can showcase the things that they're working on and the things that they're learning, so to add value to the community, but as well enhance their skill set. All right. For me, my number one priority is for them to enhance their skill set, whether it's their communication skills, all that good stuff, and everything else that happens after that for everyone else is a nice benefit. All right. So that is my thoughts on that. All right. We are going to get into the show, but first, I have to address the chat really quick. And I'm going to start off with my best friend, Mitch.
Did we just become best friends? Yep.
Mitch says it just gets to a point, and he is right. It does just get to a point where he just can't hold himself anymore. He's like, you know what? This channel is the best channel, Monday through Sunday, the best channel. And you know what, Mitch? For that, I say thank you. Now let's get to the chat that I really wanted to get to. We have the one, the only Rock the Scrubs Roxy in the building, who is officially celebrating her birthday today. So you guys do me a big favor. You guys go ahead and drop some emojis, some happy birthday. And I'm gonna say this through every break. I'm gonna say this, right? We are going to shower Roxy, our lovely moderator, with roses and birthday cakes and whatever other party emojis that you can find. You guys go and shower her because it is her birthday and she has been so kind to us and so supportive on this channel. So happy birthday to you, Roxy. And I'm just gonna do this. I'm just gonna do this. All right. I'm not gonna do the whole thing now, but I would be remiss if I did not play the beginning of this.
Roxy in the scrub, she's our guiding light, fixing up the broken in the darkest night. Needles and coat, she's got it all down. Queen of the ward, never wears a frown.
We'll get the full song later, but I just had to say a very official happy birthday to Roxy. All right. So let's continue on with the show, and you are very welcome. You know that you are very much appreciated here. All right. So with that being said, let's jump into the show. Let's not waste any time. The earlier we can get, because look, I still have to pack. I still have to do a lot of things. So let's go and continue along with the show. And because I still have another live stream to do tonight. So Mitch, are you going to be there tonight? Are you going to be there tonight to review the footage? Actually, we're going to be reviewing Justin's footage first, and then we're going to review my first match, and then we're going to review my second match. So, and I have some friends that are going to be joining me tonight. So it's going to be really fun. And you know, I won't even give you any details, but I will say that Justin's match was absolutely incredible, right? Just like that. Each of them separate words, right? It's not incredible, one word. It's Justin's match was incredible. You're going to enjoy it, all right? So we're going to start off with his match first, and then we're going to do my two matches, and we'll go from there, okay? So I am hoping to see you there tonight, Mitch, because I know how much you appreciate my competitions, okay? So with that being said, let's jump into work. All right? I'm going to go over to here. And we have, oh, look at that, still there. It is still there. When I go back to full screen, I'll fix that. But we have so it just finished the Terraform apply. Let me start up our first 20-minute timer.
It's time to do.
All right, so we have our Google Cloud Kubernetes cluster created, and we can confirm that by going over to, do I need to fix this? Let me go to, give me a second. This is going to be, let's go with that one. Boom. All right, so I'll fix that on the other one as well. But all right, so let's go to GKE. Kubernetes cluster, and we should be able to see that we have it running right here. All right, so that's perfect. Our cluster is up and running. Now we want to what we want to do now is we want to apply our deployment YAML file. All right, because if we do here, actually no, I need to connect. Let me see. Let's see if I can remember this, right? So let's say we do G Cloud containers, container cluster, and get credentials, and it's going to be, what is the name of it? It's going to be UDEC-GKE cluster. And then do I have to put the location? Equals US East 1. Let's see if that works, right? Did it work? That'd be awesome if I was able to remember that. And it looks like it did. Cube config entry generated for UDEC-GKE-cluster. Awesome. Awesome. We actually remembered the command for getting the credentials. Look at that, making progress every single day of our lives. All right. Next up, we're going to say kubectl. Is it apply? Dash, or let's see. Now, how do we call the YAML file? Deployment? Or is it file? Let's do a help. Apply help. Or we do -h for the help. File name. Okay, so it's going to be kubectl, kube apply -f for file name, and then we're going to say deployment. Oh, we're going to have to go into the folder. Kubernetes. Let me see what folder I'm in. PWD. I am in the GK. I'm in the Terraform. Okay, so let me get out of the Terraform folder. And now we're going to go to... We're going to go to kubectl apply -f for file, and then Kubernetes, and then deployment. All right. So this created our backend. And now if we were to look on the, well, let's do this get or kubectl get deploys or get deployment. Okay, those are still down. But let's see if they end up coming up. You know why they might be down? I think they're down because I do not have Mongo up and running. Or Mongo, it doesn't have access to Mongo. So if we were to look at the logs, if we go over here, we look at the logs. Workload. It's going to tell us that it can't make a connection. So what I'm doing right now, I'm going to log into Mongo, and I'm going to enable access to the database. Let's see if this log ever comes up. But all right, on the other browser, I'm logging into Mongo because I just need to give access to the. I just need to give access to any environment. So we are here and network access. You guys have seen me do this before. All right, so we are adding the IP address, and then I'm gonna just restart. I'm gonna tear down this kubectl delete. What am I deleting? I'm deleting the UDEC-BE. Or delete deploy. All right, so that's done. The IP address is active. I'm going to apply this again. All right, so it's created. Now let's see. Nice. That's what we want to see. So our deploys are up and running. Our deployment is up and running. Now we need to figure out how to do this whole service thing. So let's go and do some research. So I'm going to go over to this screen and I'm going to say how to expose Kubernetes service via YAML. All right, using a service to expose your app. So let's take a look at this one. So this is the typical one that we normally do: expose, deployment, get services. But I expect there to be a YAML file where we can do this though. Let's see. Okay, so look at this. Defining a service. A service is an object the same way that a pod or config map is an object. You can create, view, or modify service definitions using the Kubernetes API. Usually, you use a tool such as kubectl to make those API calls. For example, suppose you have a set of pods that listen to TCP port 9376. Labeled as that. You can define the publish. You can define a service to publish that TCP listener. Okay. You can define a service to publish that TCP listener. So let's compare. Let's compare this file with our service. Okay, so we have, this is the Kubernetes website documentation, right? So we have metadata, name of the service. The kind is service. The API version is v1. There is nothing for labels there, which I don't think that really necessarily matters, but we'll take that off for now. Spec, and then have a port. Okay. They do have that target. So I have my target port here, and I have this port here. They don't have a name for it, so let's take that out. Ports. Spec selector app : UDC-BE. Type cluster IP. Let's see. Target port. Okay, well, I'm going to give it a try. So let's do kubectl-f apply service Kubernetes apply-f Kubernetes okay, now let's see what happens with this one. So it says so error when creating Kubernetes service in version v1 cannot be handled as a service. So I'm going to look for this error. And we're going to take it over here. Let's see what we got going on in here. Service label mapping does not work. So, all right, so let's take a look at this. Service, all right, so that's the same error that we're getting. In your service manifest, the value of ports needs to be an array, not a map. See the example below. So ports protocol. Okay, well, let's give that a try. Let's see if that makes any difference. So in the service, the port needs to be, or the protocol needs to be, all right, so let's move to this. Not that this should really matter, but. Okay, not this one, this one. Wait, something's not right. Okay, let's go that here. Let's go that here. Let's do the protocol as the dash. Why aren't you happy with it? Does this need to be indented? Huh, I did not know that. Okay. I think now we can give it a try again. Still saying the same thing. Let's see what we got here. Huh. Why is the service not taking? So got the deployment, and then, all right, so we have the deployment here, API version apps.v1, and then we have our API version v1 kind service metadata. Okay. Specs. Specs selector. Maybe, I don't think this would really matter, but might as well. Okay. Under specs, we can put in the selector. And the selector app :udc -be. Let's go to. All right, let me try that again. So it says that Kubernetes apply. All right, so error service in version v1 cannot be handled as a service. Why is that? I feel like I have everything set up the way that it should be. Well, yeah, I could put a space here. I don't think that's what's going to do it, though. Oh, wait a second. Wait just 1 second here. As soon as I... All right, let's take a look at a tale of two errors, right? So if I do here, I get an error that the v1 cannot be handled as a service, right? But if I put a space here, all right, so now we have invalid spec.type, unsupported value, cluster IP, supported value is cluster IP, external name, load back. So the error that I was doing was that I was missing a space here. So it took it as all one string. So adding that space, so a little nugget for YAML files is put your spaces, right? Put your spaces, all right. So next up, they're saying me, all right, the cluster IP with a lowercase p is not supported. I need to put a cluster space IP. All right. So we're going to do that, and I'm going to do that again. And the service should now be exposed. So let's do a get or ct kubectl get services. And we're going to do udec -b. And we do not have an X. Oh, you know what? I did the wrong one. Hold on. So I wasn't supposed to do cluster IP. I was supposed to do a load balancer. So now if you choose load balancer on here, and I go with all right, it claims that it did it. It claims that it did it. Let's see what happens. Let's do a get services. All right, our external IP is pending. Nice. Load type. So we were able to just make that update right there. And now it is pending to get the IP. So we should be able to access it on the IP next, okay? And while it's doing that, I was thinking about going to look at the Google Cloud. Let's go to the workloads. And let's refresh. Doesn't have minimum availability. It says that it's up and running. At 3:05. So at 3:05. So is it up or not? Is it? So we have our IP. We have our load balancer, our port 5050. But I'm not sure if it's even up or not. Now I'm a little confused. So 3:05 says that it's running though. Oh no, it's not running actually. So if we go back, so we thought it was running, but it's actually not running. So if we do kubectl get deployments. It's not running. Okay. All right, let's take a look at the log to see why exactly. I'm guessing it's not running because it can't connect to Mongo, but we do have we did get our services correctly exposed. But let's find out why it's not running. Let's see why it failed.
Lunch break! Lunch break!
Let's see. Nothing is standing out yet. Let's see what we have in here. Let's see, logs. And bad authentication failed at command. Okay, so we are having an authentication issue apparently. I'm not sure what type of authentication it's trying to use though. Let me see. Okay, well, whatever. For now, we already got our services working. We're gonna go to break, and then we'll figure out the rest. Okay, let's go and do this. All right, so we are at break. Let me check the chat real quick, and then we will get into our break time topics. Let's see. Mitch and Roxy are going back and forth about the figs about the fruit figs, and if anyone has any figs for dinner. So I will let them have that conversation. Let's see. All right. So here's what we're gonna do. We are going to. We're going to go to break. So we're at break. I do want to have a conversation with you about something that was on my mind based on a conversation / coaching call that I had the other day. All right. And we're going to start like this, right? We're going to go with this right here. Let's go to our first break. So I want to talk to you guys about doing what is meaningful versus what is expedient. That is also one of the rules for life from Jordan B. Peterson. But I see it manifest in my conversations that I have on a regular basis. All right. So it goes like this. It goes, let me put up a timer. Okay. Because you guys know that I will just go on and on and on if I don't have a timer to tell me to shut the hell up and move on. But here's the deal. So I'm having a conversation the other day, and the person I've been communicating with them for a while, been coaching them for a good amount of time, and they had one thing set in mind of what they wanted to do, right? And after some research, a lot of times we like to research. After some research, they come back and they say, you know what? I don't think I want to do this one thing anymore. Although this is my overall goal of where I want to get to, I think I'm going to change. I think I'm going to change my strategy, my plan, my major to this. And I asked, like, why is that the case? Why do you want to do that? And they said, oh, well, because of X, Y, Z, right? And basically the X, Y, Z is it might be more in demand, and I can maneuver better and stuff like that. But I asked, all right, so my thing is, a lot of times we will choose what is expedient. Maybe it could be a college major. We're like, oh, I can become I'm going to, all right, so I'm going to take this course, this online course. I'm going to take this online boot camp because I want to go fast. And I know Mitch always tells me some people don't have the luxury of time. We all have time. It's just how do we allocate our time, right? But we want to go fast because we want it right now. The same way that people will job stack. We want what is expedient because it is going to deliver what we think is value immediately, right? But for me, I always say, you know what? But what is meaningful? What is going to give you long-lasting success? What is going to put you in a well-rounded position on, all right, if let's say the tale of two majors, right? You could take this major right here, which might be a little bit more complicated. However, it opens a way many more doors for you versus taking this other major, which is almost niche, right? And you don't, and because it's going to be very, very specific, very drilled down, you can't really expand it into other areas. So you're going to pay a lot of money for something that is very, very specific, while you could pay the same amount of money for something that is broad, but then you have to put in the effort yourself to dive deep and focus into the things that are essential, right? And that's what I'm always thinking about. Okay, do I want to focus in on this little tiny speck, or do I want to go broad, and then from going broad in the realm that I'm in, now I can drill down into on my own, in my own ways, drilling down into things that are going to even add more value. So I'm like, okay, where is the value add? Do we ask ourselves, in what I'm doing right now, am I choosing to do what is meaningful, or am I choosing to do what is expedient? Because and this goes way more than tech. It just goes to, like, and Jordan Peterson says, it is a rule for life, because so many people, they find themselves in trouble because they just had to see it through. They just had to crash out, and they go and they go to do what is right in front of them, which is what is expedient, instead of focusing on what is meaningful to them, to the world, to society. You know, so I'm always looking to maneuver like, all right, what is the best way to do this? Because I still want to learn this thing. I still want to do this thing, but what is the best way to get there? What is the most meaningful way to get there? Not always necessarily what is the fastest way to get there, because a lot of times when you go fast, you don't see a lot of the scenery. You take shortcuts and stuff like that, and you end up losing anyways. You know, I've seen so many people that they had such a bright future in front of them, but they wanted what's expedient. And now they could have been so far ahead from where they were 10 years ago. Now they're just they're just at a nominal spot. So for me, I'm always looking for, that's the question. And that's why I appreciate that rule for life from Jordan Peterson of do what is meaningful, not what is expedient. Because expedient, you'll get through something right now. You'll go to a boot camp. A boot camp is expedient, right? Can it be helpful? Of course it's helpful, because they teach you a lot of stuff.
Back to work. Chop, chop. Let's go. Come on, get a move on. Back to work. Back to work. Back to work.
They teach you a lot of stuff that you did not know, right? But then they teach you also a very, very limited subset of what you don't know. And now you think that you are the ish, and you go out there onto the world stage, and now they say, okay, how do you do this? How do you do that? And you don't know. You don't know, and you are utterly embarrassed because they just told you.
Do not come.
Right? So I'm like, all right, if we get a well-rounded education on, if we get a well-rounded education on doing the things that are meaningful and not just the right now, right away, let's go out there and live it up, then you will be able to get way better opportunities. I don't care, like, I don't buy it. I don't buy it when my best friend Mitch says that, oh, not everybody can do that. Well, why not? What hole did they put themselves in that they're trying to dig themselves out of? And is it slow and steady wins the race, or do we race like the hare, and as we get to the finish line, we take a break and we utterly fail? That is my thought behind all of that. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think in the chat as well as in the comments. All right. So with that being said, we are going to go back to work. But before we go back to work, we are going to take a quick little break to celebrate our first celebration of the day, to celebrate our dear moderator and friend, Roxy. So here's what I'm gonna do. Here is what I am going to do. We're gonna do a little switcheroo real quick, all right? I'm gonna go and I'm gonna do, and I'll be right back. All right, we're gonna do this.
Roxy in the scrub, she's our guiding light, fixing up the broken in the darkest night. Needles and coat, she's got it all down. Queen of the ward, never wears a frown. In the hall she's running, never breaks a sweat. Patching wounds and systems, never lost yet. Heart of gold and hands so steady, on call for all, always ready. Oh, Roxy, you rock those scrubs like a boss, through the chaos and cold, never at a loss. Nurse of the year, lifting spirits high. With every stitch and line, you touch the sky. With a stethoscope and keyboard side by side, healing through the numbers and the patient's pride. Roxy's got the power and the skill to mend. Every life she touches, she's a friend. In the midst of beeping machines and pain, her confidence soothing like the rain. For every patient in need, she stands tall. Roxy's the anchor for us all. Oh, Roxy, you rock those scrubs like a boss. Through the chaos and cold, never at a loss. Nurse of the year, lifting spirits high. With every stitch and line, you touch the sky. In the midst of beeping machines and pain, her confidence soothing like the rain. For every patient in need, she stands tall. Roxy's the anchor for us all. Oh, Roxy, you rock those scrubs like a boss. Through the chaos and cold, never at a loss. Nurse of the year, lifting spirits high. With every stitch and line, you touch the sky.
All right, so that was our first birthday celebration for our dear friend Roxy. Shout out to Roxy. Happy birthday to you. All right, we are going to jump into our next 20-minute segment of the show. I figured out why the service isn't working, because I had updated the password last week after the show for our Mongo database, and I didn't update it on the YAML file, but I just updated it. So we're gonna do this. Let's go. Now that we have our services file working, I'm going to just delete everything. We're going to say kubectl. Let's say delete. Can we do delete all? Cube. I haven't used a delete all yet, but let's say kubectl delete all udec-be. Does that work? You must specify only one. Can I not? All right, hold on. I could have sworn I saw something about deleting all. Let's go to Kubernetes, delete all resources in namespace. How to delete all resources from Kubernetes at one time. kubectl delete all dash all. To delete everything from a certain namespace, you can use the. You can also delete a namespace and recreate it. All right, so I'm going to try that. Kubectl delete all dash all. Double dash or just a. Service Kubernetes service udec-be. All right, so let's do. Is it done yet? I don't know what the service Kubernetes was, but our pods are deleted. Our service is deleted. I don't know what that service Kubernetes was over there. The deployment is deleted. I don't know what it is waiting for. Should be everything. Let's do Control Z. Kubectl get deployment. No deployments. All right. So now I'm going to do a kubectl apply -f. We're going to say Kubernetes, and we're going to say deployments. Autopilot. What the heck? Default UDC. Okay, so that's created. All right, cool. I thought I was saying something else. All right, so that's created. So now if we do kubectl get deploys, get deployments. All right, so allegedly that is up right now. Allegedly that is up right now. Let's see. So I'm gonna do it one more time. Is that still up? All right, it's still up. So now we're gonna do Q. Before we do that, let's go and check our Google Cloud Platform just to make sure, because yeah, once I saw that authentication error, I'm like, oh yeah, I did change my password the other day. So let's go over to here and let's go to workloads, and we are good to go. We're up and running. We are up and running. Take a look at the logs. Anything in the logs? Nope, we are good, connected to the database. All right, so now let's go over to here, and now we're gonna do our exposure to our kubectl apply -f Kubernetes services YAML. And now if we do kubectl get services, or get service UD, this is get services, right? So now I don't know what this Kubernetes cluster IP is. Maybe it creates that on its own for some reason, but we do have our UDEC backend, and that's a load balancer. So we don't have to we don't have to remember to set, the load balancer, the whole deployment process. It is great and lovely to do it by the command line to get experience. However, it is meaningful to do it via the YAML file, because it's going to take too much time. It's going to take too much time in order for us to always typing out all these commands. And when things take a lot more time, guess what happens? There's a lot more room for mistakes to be made as well. Okay, so let's get the services again. We should have an IP. We have an IP. Let's take this IP and port 5050. We're going to go over to here. Put the IP in 5050. Do we get anything? Okay. We in it to win it, friends. So we have successfully exposed the backend service via the YAML file the way that we wanted to do it. And most of this stuff, I haven't even been keeping up with the course. It is just the course is my guideline, my outline, my foundation. But then a lot of stuff I go and I research myself to figure it out, all right? I do recommend using the course, though. I do recommend using it because it is a good guide, all right? So now that we have the services running, we can work on getting the front end running, right? We can work on the front end. We still need to figure out how to get the secrets to work as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's go back over here, and in the deployment, right? We have so let's take a look at. Let me see here. Let's go to here. So we have deployment. Now the question is, do we need to create a separate deployment file, or can we have multiple deployments all in one? So let's do some research. Let's take a look at go over to here, and I want to search for Kubernetes YAML file multiple deployments. All right, so let's take a look at this deployments right here. So they have the metadata spec, and under the spec they have the details for their deployment. So the deployment creates a replica set that creates three replicated pods indicating the spec.replicas. Spec.selector defines how the, all right, so where do they define the image? It's under the spec, container image. Let's see. So this is Nginx deployment. So maybe we need to do a front end deployment. Yeah, I think it's better to keep them. Now that I'm thinking about it, it's probably better to keep them separated. So let's go ahead and let's clean up our files real quick. So we're gonna go over here, and I'm gonna say inside of this Kubernetes, I'm gonna say new directory deployments. And I'm going to move this deployment.yaml file into this folder. And I'm going to rename it to UDEC backend. And I'm going to create a folder called services. Although thinking about this, I'm looking at the way that they have their naming structure, and I actually don't like. I'm gonna change it up a little bit. I'm gonna change it up a little bit, right? I'm gonna say instead of deployment, I'm gonna call this the backend, and I'm gonna call this the. I'm gonna call this the deployment. And I'm going to move the services file into that deployment as well. Now I'm going to create another folder called another directory called the front end. And now we can start working on our front end file. So we're going to say this is going to be deployment.yaml. And I'm going to piggyback off of our backend deployment. So we're going to say API apps /v1 kind deployment metadata name and UDEC-FE labels UDEC-FE as well, the spec and selector match labels app UDEC-FE. And we're going to continue to replicas 3, metadata labels app UDEC-FE. Now we're going to define our spec at the meta level. So spec : containers : -name, and we're going to call that name UDEC-FE. However, the image of the file is going to be, just type it actually, tech coach Ralph UDEC -FE :AMD64, because that's what they have here. That's what it needs to be. Okay. Now we are going to say ports, and the container port is 3000. Oops. See, this is where we go wrong with typos, right? All right, container port 3000, and we're gonna say env colon, and I think it's gonna be open OpenAI API key. I think that's how it goes. Is that how it goes? Something like that. And then we're gonna do the okay, so this is gonna go here, name colon, and then here we're gonna say value is 1 2 3 4 5 6. All right. Once we can actually import these values, and that'll be different. But for now, it is what it is, right? So why is this? All right, so this env has to be on the same level as port. And all right, there we go. All right, cool. So let's try to expose this. Let's try to do this deployment. All right. So we're gonna do cube CTO apply, and we're gonna say Kubernetes. Apply -f, and then we're gonna say Kubernetes, and we're gonna say front end, and we're gonna say you're gonna say deployments. .yaml. Let's see what we get. Error validating API version not set. If you choose to ignore API version not set. API version. Okay, gotcha. Event variable cannot be. All right, so. See what is the difference. So env, so this is all right, so this is on the, so this is not, this is on the container level. Am I all right? So I'm on the container level. Name, image, port, container port, env name, container value to type a string. All right, okay, so let's go with this instead for it to be a string. And our front end is created. We're getting better at this. We are getting better at this. All right, so now let's go and do cube CTL get deployments. Okay. All right, so let's go and see why they are not showing as up yet, because everything should be fine. I don't know. Of course, I created everything should be fine, right? But they're not. So let's go see what's going on. So let's go back to the deployment center and let's take a look at here. And this says that I actually try to do a lot. What are the errors that we're getting? 39. Let's see, logs. I don't see the error yet that we're getting. Actually, I don't see any new errors yet. So let's give it a second. Let's see, workload. Actually, it's up. Is it up? It's actually it is actually up. It just took some time. So if we go back over here, we are golden. We are golden. I think we have just about mastered this. So what we're gonna do, if we get this done working right, then we're gonna try again with the services secret thing, because it would be nice to be able to understand how the secrets work on Google Cloud Platform. Right? I have a good understanding of how they work on Amazon, on AWS, but I'm not too familiar with Google Cloud Platform yet. All right, so let's go ahead and do our services file. Why don't we? While we're at it. All right, let's do services, service.yaml file. And let's go with that. And if we put this over here, we're going to do API version kind service metadata UDEC-FE, and we're gonna go to spectator or selector app : UDEC-VE, and we're gonna say ports, and we're gonna say protocol : TCP. And we're going to say port. So what port do we want to see this on? We want to see this on port. Let's go to port 80. Okay. And we're going to say, or no, this needs to be port. Wait. Yeah, that's right. Then target port. The target port is 3000 on this one as well. So by making it a port 80, just by going to the IP address, we should be able to get to the website. All right. Let me see. Okay. That's going to be on the port. All right. So on the port level, type is going to be. Okay. Status. Load balancer. Okay, and that should be it for exposing the service to the necessary port.
Break.
All right, so that is, so I think that's a good stopping point. When we get back, we will try to expose that service and see if that works, if we can access the front end of the Urban Dictionary of Economic Data on the website through the IP address, and then we can go from there. And if that does work, then we can start investigating how to use these secrets inside of the YAML file. All right, but let's go to break. And we have, let me see what's going on in the chat. I think I saw somebody pop into the chat really quick. We got the one, the only Me Mysify in the building. What's up, Me Mysify? How are you doing? Says good afternoon, Ralph. The beautiful, also Me Mysify, not only beautiful, also birthday lady, Miss Roxy, Mitch, and the chat. Salute to you, Me Mysify. Keep up the amazing work. Very proud to see where you are at today. And Roxy says that Ralph is getting excited. I get excited when I see things work, when I see the things that I'm working on coming together, because a lot of times I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing when I first started, and then I just start researching and putting it together. It is like my first day at jiu-jitsu, which, remember, tonight we're going to be reviewing my videos from this past weekend's competition. We're going to be reviewing Justin's first, and then mine, and two of mine, and then maybe in 2 weeks we're going to be reviewing Henry's, and hopefully we can review Nahum's, and hopefully even more hopefully one of my greatest friends and adversaries, my best frenemy, Sarah. All right, so That's the plan for that. All right. So with that being said, let's go ahead and let's go ahead and get started. Roxy and Mitch are continuing to have that battle in the chat. I wish the best to the both of you. All right. Okay. And Mitch, why are you know what? Never mind. I'm backing out. I am backing out of that. But let's go ahead into our next break time conversation. Change your personality for a moment. So this one also stems from another conversation that I was having, and I received an amazing message from this person like the day or two after. Like they had a conversation and things went really well. Got a lot of buy-in, all right? But let me give you, so why do I say change your personality? Ain't nobody gonna change me, right? You guys, you've heard that sentiment before. I am who I am, and there is nobody, no, not one, not even the good Lord himself will get me to change off of the way that I am. Well, I disagree, right? I think that if we sometimes change our personality for the moment that we're in order to be successful, we might see that there is a better, like we might see that we enjoy having a different personality. So this stems from, I'm having a conversation with somebody, and they say that, oh, I'm new to this position of leadership, and I just don't pretty much enjoy talking to people, and because of this reason and that reason and all of that stuff, right? Because of all of that stuff, and I have to stop. I'm like, all right, hold on. What makes you think it's because of XYZ you're having this trouble? Because for me, when I have these coaching calls, when I have these conversations with people, I like to listen to what they're saying. And one thing I don't do, I don't just like, oh, I have this, and that's probably why my calls end up going a lot longer than they're supposed to, right? But I like to listen to the problem that the person is having, and I'm like, okay, and then they say, oh, and they'll say, oh, well, because of this, that happened. I say, well, how do you know? And a lot of people say, oh, I just know. I'm like, no, you don't. One thing I do not stand for is when people say, I just know. I'm like, you don't know. You don't know why someone said this or why somebody said that. You don't know why somebody reacted in this way because you are not that person. And that's why I say that no one can really feel empathy, because you don't know the reasons why people react the way that they do. All right. So I'm having this conversation. I said, well, why do you think people respond this way? Why do people respond that way? Why do you think you're not getting any buy-in? And they're answering from their perspective, what they perceive might be the issue. I said, you know what? I don't know if that's really the case. I don't know if it's because of this or if it's because of that. But what I do know is if you actually have a conversation with with whoever, and you get buy-in. See, a lot of times we just want to tell people, all right, this is what it's going to be. This is how we're going to do it. And sometimes that's necessary. Sometimes that is necessary when it's mission critical. But most things are not mission critical. And most things, if you can get somebody to buy into your idea and into your vision, if you make them believe that it is their own idea, their own vision, then they will go head over heels for whatever it is that you want done. So it's at the end of the day, leadership is also marketing. Everything is marketing, right? And it's getting your idea into the minds of other people and them running with your idea, saying that, oh yeah, like I see, like, where is the value? And you ask, like, I need you to figure this thing out. This is the problem that we're having. This is the problem that the company is having, and I need you to figure this thing out. And once you put them, once that style of leadership is like, all right, I'm gonna be here in the trenches with you, but I need you to give me the ideas. Give me, like, say, what do we need to do to be successful? And you can ask that question just like that. You can ask that question just like that. What do we need to do to be successful? And what problems do you see that we're having that's holding us back? And you just listen to them. You just listen and you ask questions. You can listen, you can make notes of it, and then you can have questions. But once you get that buy-in from your team, you can't stop them after that, right? They actually care. And why do I say change your personality for a moment? Because you don't have to be a different person, but you do need to be able to step outside of yourself and say, well, I'm accustomed to doing it this way, right? That's how I normally do it. But is it possible that I can get better results if I do it a different way? Is that possible? I think so. I think it is possible. But we have to try. And a lot of times when we
Get a move on. Back to work. Chop, chop. Let's go. Come on. Get a move on. Back to work. Back to work. Back to work.
a lot of times when we change our perspective, our position, our vantage point, then we see things in a whole new light. And you're like, well, I could be this person who is, just go and do it. And I'm not going to have this conversation. And you see that you don't get the type of results or the buy-in that you're looking for, but you're the boss. But at other times, you're like, you know what? What if as the boss, I have them come up with the idea to get this stuff done and say, you know what? You're in charge of this. And, so it's on you guys, on the 4 of you, on the 5 of you, whoever, if you are going to be successful or not. And, if you guys fail, then that means I fail with you. But I don't think you guys want to fail. I don't think you guys are failures. I think that you guys have great ideas and that you guys have success. And I want you to take point on leading us there. Right. So that's my thought. Change your personality just for a moment. You might like the new personality, but if you don't, at least by changing it just for a moment, you have a great opportunity to be successful. And then if you want to go back to whatever your personality is at that point, then by all means go ahead. But let's be successful first. Let's put our personality to the side and let's win. Let's be successful. And then on our own time, when there is no competition in hand, we can go back to however we like to be. All right. So that's my thoughts. Change your personality for a moment. And I promise you will see lots of success. And then once that moment is done, you can go back to however else you like to be. Okay. So that is my thoughts for that conversation. Let me check the chat before we get back to our last segment of work. Let's see. Roxy says that I am ignoring Mitch. I am not ignoring Mitch. I would never do such a thing. I am just ignoring your conversation with Mitch. That's all. That is all that I'm doing. That is all that I'm doing. Those because I'm focused on this, right? So you guys have your fun in the chat while I continue to work through this. Mitch says, you need to change your personality, Ralph. Never. I will never take my own advice. Look, honestly, I change my personality. I change my personality every single day based on because I want to win. I want to win. So I change my personality for a moment to be successful. Like, every time you see me on stream, every time you see me that I have to go on here and present and talk and yap for 2 hours plus, that is a personality change, because I would rather just be sitting on my porch, chilling with my cats, right? But I get so much value. I have to go outside of myself to get to extract value, to extract greatness, so that I can be successful. So I change my personality every single time that you see me go live, because I have a goal to be more articulate, to be more successful, all of that good stuff. All right. So I'm with you on that. And Roxy says, porch cat, Ralph. Look, Roxy, even though it's your birthday, right? Mitch will sue you if you continue to use his terminology. All right. I am looking out for your best interests, right? I do not want you to get sued on your birthday. Maybe tomorrow, the day after your birthday, maybe if it was yesterday, but I do not want you to be using the copyright words of my best friend Mitch, and then on your birthday you have to deal with a lawsuit. All right, I'm just saying, I'm looking out for your best interest. We got my guy Junior in the building. Says what's up, family? What's up, Junior? Hopefully you are having an amazing Sunday. Hopefully everything is well with you. We got Fanny P peeking through the chat. What's up, Fanny P? How are you doing today? By the end of the year, I'm going to get Fanny P to change her YouTube name to something different. Watch, I promise you, I'm going to get Fanny P to change her name to something different by the end of the year. Did I say hi to Memify? I did. I think I did. I said hi to Memify, right? I'm pretty sure I did. Let's see. Fanny P says, I feel like Coach is talking about me. I am not talking about you on this segment. I might have been talking about you yesterday or the day before or earlier today, but not that. That one was not about you. Let's see. Everybody always, people like, were you talking about me here? Were you talking about me here? I get comments. It's like, this person must have read my mind. They were talking about me. I'm like, I only talk about myself. I might use conversations that I have as references for how I operate, but I am always talking about myself because number one, I am conceited. My favorite song that I created is My Biggest Fan Is Me. So I am a little bit conceited, right? I'm a little bit conceited, but I use myself as an example in order to help illustrate how I move, how I maneuver to help you along the way, Let's see. Junior says to Fatty, the saying, who the caps fits, right? If the shoe fits. And Mitch says that I am him. Let's see. And he says, you don't know me, to Junior. Oh my! How do you know, Fatty? How do you know that Junior doesn't know you? You never know. You never know who knows you, who doesn't know you. Mitch says, yap, yappity, yap. Fanny says that Mitch is a mean guy. Well, he is not a mean guy. You want to know why you think he's mean? Because he never comes in and says, with all due respect or respectfully, yap. He just says yap. Instead of saying with all due respect, yap. He just drops it, no filter. And so, but he is actually a very, very, very nice guy. All right. I'm just saying. We got my guy, the Wealth Building Journey, in the building. What's up, the Wealth Building Journey? How are you doing? Hopefully you're having a phenomenal Sunday afternoon. They are ganging up on Mitch now. Mitch, you did it here. Roxy got some reinforcements. Roxy has some reinforcements. Let's see. Roxy says Mitch is also a porch cat that eats cereal. Cereal, Mitch. Cereal? Oh my goodness. Is it actual Frosted Flakes that comes in the box, or did you do what I do and I take the bagged Frosted Flakes at the very bottom of the shelf and I put it inside of the box of Frosted Flakes to look like real Frosted Flakes? Is that what you do? I'm just asking for a friend. Let's see. Anything? And Rocky says, fake news. Fake news? What? Fake news? What did I say? What did I say that's fake news? I don't think so. Let's see. Rocky says that Mitch is a sweetheart. What? I never said he wasn't. I just said that the reason that people think that he's mean is because he never remembers to say, and it's not his fault. He wants to say, he just doesn't remember to say with all due respect or respectfully, yap, yap, yap. That's all I'm saying. That's all I am saying. All right. And Mitch says, no, he does not do that with Frosted Flakes. He does that with Cinnamon Toast. You know what Cinnamon Toast Crunch was? And it was one of the most amazing cereals ever created, ever to be invented in a laboratory that is full of sugar and carbs. It is like a box of tasty diabetes. I mean, all of them are. All the cereals, they are like a box of tasty diabetes, you know? But they do taste good, though.
Bruh.
They do taste good. I try to avoid those like the plague, all right? Let's see. All right. Well, let's get to our last 20-minute segment of today. We are just about to deploy or expose our service, all right? So let's go out there and do it. Let's put our last 20 minutes.
It's time to do.
And we're going to go over to here. All right, so let's go ahead and apply this. Let's make sure it's still up. Let's do get deployments. It is still up. Yes, it is still up. So now, in order to access it, we just need to expose it. So let's do a get services as well. Because right now, we should only have the service that is exposed for the backend, which we saw that we were able to connect to. Right, you see that -be. So now we're going to do cube ctl apply -file. And we're going to, you know what? I just thought about this. We could do a directory as well. We could actually do a directory. So what if, instead of working on the secrets file, we just delete everything after we're done with this, and then we see if we can apply the entire directory. That'd be really cool. That would be really cool, right? So let's go to Kubernetes front end services and API version. Oh, okay. So the services does not have API version; it just has API. Wait, no, they do have API version. Yeah, they do have API version. Why do I API version? So, V1, that's what. So it's V1, not just one. All right. So let's go ahead and try that again. And it says service in V cannot be handled. Strict decoding unknown spec.status. Why do I have a spec.status? Oh, okay. So this needs to be outdented a little bit more, like that. All right, it's cool. So I mean, the indentation is very, very important in these YAML files. The spacing and stuff like that. Services created. So there we go. So now let's do a get services again. And our IP address is pending. So now if we go to this IP address that's going to be created, we should be taken directly to our Urban Dictionary of Economic Data, just like that. All right, so let's keep refreshing. Let's keep getting it until we have an IP address. Okay. Do we have an IP yet? Yes, we have an IP. So now, if we take this IP address and we drop it into a browser, we should, fingers crossed, we should be able to get to the front end of our application. All right, so we are going to go over to here and let's see, do we have success? Do we have a liftoff? Let's see. Wait. Why is that the IP address? Oh, my goodness. What a failure. What a failure. Here's why that didn't work, right? Because inside of our YAML file, we have the selector of the app to be the backend instead of the front end. So we're deploying everything correctly on our deployment file, but we have the backend for this. So what we're gonna do, we are going to let's just try to apply it again. The front end services.yaml, and that hopefully will expose the front end. All right, so now let's go and get the services. The IP address, I believe it did not change. Yep. So it is just changing one exposure to another, I presume. So now if we go back over here and we paste that, and our open API key environment variable is missing or empty, but our deployment actually did work. Let me see why. So let's see if we can fix that in our deployment. If I find my mouse. We said, see, I put open API key instead of just open AI key. And that's the issue, right? So let's say open API key or open AI API key, right? So now let's do the deployment again. Let's say we apply the deployment and it's updated. So let's say we do a get deployments. We shouldn't have to do anything with the services, right? It says it's still up. All right, so it's still up. Let's go back over to here. And I think I can. Let's see. Something is happening. It's loading. It's something is happening. So we just have to we have to be a little bit patient with it to see what ends up happening. Just circling. Let me see. Maybe it doesn't have enough resources, possibly. Oh, wait. Oh, thought I saw something happening. Why is this still saying the open AI API key environment variable is missing? Hold on. So the deployment worked. It's just something with our environment variables that are not working. The open AI API key. You know what? Oh, you know what? I know what it is. So it has to be the, what is it? Shoot. It has to be something related to the React name. All right. So let me see. I could open the project and see what it is, but let's see. React process ANV. Let me see if I can. React app. All right. So we need this right here. So that's what it is. We need that right there. So let's go ahead and let's add that here. And we do the deployment again, or not we do the apply for the deployment again. And it's updated there, because in React you need to have this in front of it in order for it to load the environment variables. So now let's go over to do our deployment. Okay, so there's nothing. So all right, we already did it. So now if we go over to here, we have it applied. What? Say what? Say what? Say what? Who would have knew? Who would have thunk it? Look at what we got going on right here. Look at what we got going on right here. There we go. There we go. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Let me see if I search for jobs. Is the database connected? I thought the database should have been connected. Maybe the database isn't connected, but we are able. No, it said the database was so. It's possible that there's nothing in the database. Let me see. Let's go to. Thought we had stuff in the database, but that's fine. Let me see. Trying to think what would be. Let me see something. Let's go to network. Search term. Undefined. Oh, you know what? We need another. All right. So, yep, that's what it is. So we need a. What are those variable names? See what the variable names are. Now I remember. So we need to add another. So in here, we need to add dash name colon. And here we say value, and then the value is going to be the URL for the API. That's why we're not getting the results, because we have a microservice here, and in the microservice we need to be able to pass in where we're getting the data from. So let's go ahead and apply that again. And if we go back to over here and we search for weekly, our search actually went through and we don't have any results yet, but let's see. Let's take a. I think we should. I'm pretty sure we should have results. Let's see what is going on over here. So search. We're not getting an error for that. Maybe it's not fully loaded yet. No, it still says undefined though. Let me refresh. Maybe I didn't refresh. All right. Let's say jobs. Ah, there we go. There we go. I did not refresh originally. All right, so we're here. We're good. Perfect. All right, so in the few minutes that we have left, that now that we got this all working through the YAML file, I am so excited about that. But in the few minutes that we have left, what I want to do is I want to see if that. Look at that. Let's go install the plugins. Install Kubernetes plugin. I like plugins. Let's go to, okay, so, what if we were to say, let me see. So we got this working. So all right, so if we go back over here, and this is where we're trying to use our Mongo secret. Okay. We might end up just spending a little bit more time on this one because because we created a new cluster, do we have to give permission to Terraform, or not Terraform, but do we have to give permission to the cluster to access our secrets, right? So let's do a little bit of research in the little time that we have left. I'm gonna search for Terraform, Google Cloud, Kubernetes secret. Terraform creates K8 secret from GCP secret. Okay, that's what I want right there. That's what I want. Let's go. All right. If you just want to read the secret without actively managing it, then you can use the associated data instead. Data, Google Secrets Manager version, PG bouncer secret UAT-v1, provider, Google beta secret, and then the name of the secret. I think that would do what we wanted. I mean, it'll get the secret, I suppose. Let's see here. So we don't want to manage it. So then you can use the data. But then that only imports into Terraform, which I'm not looking to use it only in Terraform. I have managed to achieve the flow of creating sensitive resources in Terraform without revealing what the sensitive details are. I want to know if there's any way to do this following. Manually create a GCP secret and secrets which has a value of a list of plain text database passwords. Okay, we have that. I import this using Terraform. Okay. I don't think that's what I'm looking for. All right, so let's do this. I'd hate to break down this whole thing that we just did, but it is okay. So we're going to go to, we have our folder structure where we have our backend files and our front-end files, which are almost identical. They're almost identical, right? But I want to say kubectl apply -f Kubernetes front end deployment .yaml. It says that it's unchanged, but I know I changed something. Oh, because I did the front end, not the back end. All right, I want to do the back end though. All right, so it says it's been configured. Now let's do kubectl get deployments. and up to date one. All right, let's look on the cloud. Workloads, and this is down for the count. Secret UDEC Mongo Connect not found. Let's see. Okay. Secrets and config maps. So I believe that the we're gonna have to do something. We're gonna have to do something about getting that password to come in, because the password exists in exists here, right? We need to do something that's going to get it to be available.
Lunch break. Lunch break.
We're going to need to do something to get it to be available inside of the Kubernetes, right? So what we'll do, we'll leave it at that for now. Next week, we will focus on getting all of our passwords inside of the secret manager and getting the secret manager to be importable, right? Because here, what we're getting right now is GKE. What we're getting right now is that workloads, that the secret Mongo Connect is not found, but I think the reason that it's not found is because we haven't created it. We had it, we deleted the cluster, so we need to find a way to get it back every single time. So that would be create GKE Kubernetes password. Not password, secret from secrets. To create a Kubernetes secret in GKE from existing secrets, you can use the Kubernetes create secret command, specifying the secret name and data either from file or directly using from literal. All right. Let's see. Let's see. Enable secret manager. Enable. So we need to create cluster. So we need to enable secret manager on Terraform. All right. That will be the plan. We'll see how to. I'll see how to get it enabled on Terraform, and then next week we can go with that and put it all together. But this is awesome. We were able to get the front end and the back end deployed using our YAML files, and exposed using our YAML files for the deployment YAML and the services YAML. Next up is we do not want to have any passwords that are saved inside of the YAML files, so we want to be able to save that in AWS secret. And we're going to import those secrets into our Terraform, and then it should be usable inside of the project. All right, so that's the goal. That is the plan. That is what we're going to do next week. But let's go back to full screen. Let's go back to full screen. That is all that she wrote for today. I'm going to check the chat one last time before we get up and out of here. Let's see. Nope. Nothing new, nothing spectacular to touch on. So what we're going to do, I am just going to let me get this off the screen. At this point, we're done with class today. And I'm gonna go with a reminder. Tonight, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, we're gonna be reviewing the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu competition from last week. I'm gonna have some of my friends with me who have competed with me recently as well as throughout the years. You've seen some of them before, but you will see them again. They are my go-to people. We have been fighting together. And against each other for me at least it's been 5 years. I think for them it's probably 5 years as well, but we're gonna go out there and get it. So join us tonight I'm gonna have it going on this channel as well as my jiu-jitsu channel, which at some point I'm gonna be dedicating more time to growing that channel. But I'm gonna be going live on this channel as well on the jiu-jitsu channel, which is called Half Guard Halfy, because in Portuguese the R is an H, so they always call me Halfy. So I just, you know what, and I love to play half guard, so it's Half Guard Halfy. That is the other page name if you want to tune in there or on this channel, whichever is fine with me. But 7:30 p.m. me and my friends that I train with on a day in day out basis are going to be going live. We're going to be reviewing Justin's competition match. We're going to be reviewing both of my competition match. And we'll go from there. All right. One of my friends said, "Do you want me to watch it before?" I'm like, "Nope. We're going to do real live commentary and see what happens." Because even I have not watched my matches yet. The only things I know from my matches, I haven't even watched Justin's match yet. The only thing that I know from my matches is what I saw happening in my mind and what I remember. But I did not watch them yet because, you know what? The only thing I did was I took a screen grab from a part that I knew happened and I made that a thumbnail, but that's about it. All right. Let me check the chat one last time before we get up and out of here. Let me stop the timer because we are done. We are done for today. Let's see what we got. Let me go here and stop that 2-hour timer. I love when we finish ahead of schedule. All right. And under budget, and always under budget. So, Mitch says, what? Friends, what? The ones that try to kill me on a daily basis, and I try to return the favor. Those friends, those are my people. Those are my warriors through and through. And Junior says, looking forward to that review. I am excited about it. I love doing jiu-jitsu reviews. I wish I had the time to talk more about jiu-jitsu, but not yet. In the future, it will happen. All right. But shout out to you, Junior. I'm looking forward to seeing you there as well. And Roxy says that you are the best to me. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And I think all of you guys are also the best, and I appreciate the support. And Mitch says, Ralph, I thought I was your friend. You know, in the song, in one of the DMX songs, where he's having that conversation, and he says, I thought I was your man. Hey, I am sorry. I am very, very sorry if I disappointed. All right. I apologize. I need to do better. Anyways, I'm going to get out of here. You guys, we're going to do it like this, right? I appreciate you guys turning in, but guess what? We have one last celebration song to wrap up the show tonight. Do I have it? Let me see. Do I have it? Let me see. Where is it? Oh, let me see if I can find it. I know I have it here somewhere. Oh, it might be this one. Let me see if it's this one. Let me see. But I'm going to get out of here. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your Sunday. I am looking forward to seeing you guys later today. Hopefully this is the video. Hopefully this is the video. Let's see.
My path was set with skirts and heels, trading them for scrubs and thrills. My path was set with skirts and heels, trading them for scrubs and thrills. Who would have thought I'd see this day? Dreams were skirts and office play. Life had plans, it switched the path. Scrubs and sneakers, here at last. From city lights to quiet nights, trading heels for saving lives. A twist of fate, a new pursuit, new horizons in my view. From the office light to a neon glow, life took a turn and let me grow. In the land afar to a land so new, chasing dreams in scrubs and shoes. The land afar, a journey through, sparked a fire I never knew. From corporate dreams to what I do, standing strong, a life renewed. My path was set with skirts and heels, trading them for scrubs and thrills. My path was set with skirts and heels, trading them for scrubs and thrills. Coffee breaks to emergency stakes. The life I knew now gently fades. Paper plans took flight one day. In scrubs and sneakers I found my way. Once glued to desks, now hearts I mend, finding purpose at each bend. Who'd have thought this path I'd find? With every step I'm redefined. Distant dreams now crystal clear, unknown roads brought me here. A map unplanned, a life so true. A land afar, a land anew, a land anew, a land afar, a journey through, sparked a fire I never knew. From corporate dreams to what I do, standing strong, a life renewed. My path was set with skirts and heels, trading them for scrubs and thrills. My path was set with skirts and heels, trading them for scrubs and thrills.
I'm so tired of being taken advantage of. Haters love when I give, when I'm staying underpaid. But when I'm winning, I'm forgotten. They say I love you, but they're plotting.
Don't scream out that I love you. Show me who you are first, 'cause I really hate to trust in you when you end up being so hurtful.
They say it's family over everything, right? Well, to me that really means nothing if they're not loving, no.
And it's family over everything, right? Well, to me that really means nothing if they're not loving.
They are the very ones who know how to break us down, who can put us down in the worst way.
When you scream out that you love me, show me who you are first, 'cause I really hate to put up with you when you end up being so hurtful.
They say it's family over everything, right? Well, to me that really means nothing if they're not loving, no. And it's family over everything, right? Well, to me that really means nothing if they're not loving.
They are the very ones who know how to break us down, who can put us down in the worst way.
When you scream out that you love me, show me who you are first, 'cause I really hate to put up with you when you end up being so hurtful. They say it's family over everything, right? Well, to me that really means nothing if they're not loving, no. And it's family over everything,